nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Bowlby? Here. Councilman Shane?
Here.
Here.
Jim's gonna sign.
Excuse me?
Stretched out to the back.
Hello, Jim. Here.
Hello, how are you? Good, thank you.
All right, we're going to at this time have the continuation of our reorganizational meeting. We're going to start with supervisors committee appointments. These appointments are made from members of the town board to the committees that we have in town. For budget, I've appointed Councilwoman DeShane and Councilman Hoyt. Buildings and grounds, Councilman Beaudry and Councilman Witkowski. Highway, Councilman Beaudry and Councilman Witkowski. Human resources, Councilman Beaudry and Councilman Hoyt. Parks and cemeteries, Councilwoman DeShane and Councilman Witkowski. Public safety, fire and rescue squad, Councilman Beaudry, Councilman Witkowski. The recreation committee, Councilwoman DeShane and Councilman Hoyt. Recycling, Councilwoman DeShane, Councilman Hoyt. Senior citizens, Councilman Beaudry and Councilwoman DeShane. Street lighting, Councilman Beaudry, Councilman Witkowski. Veterans, Councilman Hoyt and Councilman Witkowski. And youth, Councilman Hoyt and Councilwoman DeShane. And I thank all my fellow council members for their willingness to serve on the various committees. Thank you. You did a great job. The supervisors' appointments, the town bookkeeper, I've appointed or reappointed Wendy J. Ashley. The town historian is Ann Kiley, and we're lucky to have her. And deputy supervisor, as appointed in December, was Douglas L. LaRock. Town clerk appointments.
Deputy town clerk will be, and registrar will be Rebecca L. Green.
Deputy clerk and deputy registrar, Rebecca L. Green. For the town tax collector appointments, tax collector Allison Kirchner has let us know that she has appointed Amanda Mason, our former tax collector, to be her deputy tax collector. All right. We're carrying off with the resolutions from our organizational meeting. We're picking up with resolution number 19, appointing Philip J. Danaher as town attorney for the town of Grafton. Procedurally, we vote on these as we go? We can vote in batch
Usually you do vote on these.
as we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll repeat then. Resolution number 19 of 2024, appointing Philip J. Danaher as the attorney for the town of Grafton, effective 1/1/2024, at the rate of $12,000 annually as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 19. May I have a second? Second by Councilman Witkowski.
Councilman Bowdry?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Witkowski? Supervisor Dudley?
Yes. Resolution number 20 of 2024, appointing Victoria Burdick as dog control officer for the town of Grafton, effective January 1st, 2024, at the rate of $3,000 annually as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 20. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Hoyt.
Councilman Bowdry?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Witkowski? Supervisor Dudley?
Yes. Resolution number 21 of 2024, appointing Linda Lavway as clerk to the assessor, effective 1/1/2024, at the rate of $10,900 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 21. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilman Beaudry.
Councilman Bowdry?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Witkowski? Supervisor Dudley?
Yes. Resolution number 22 of 2024, appointing Mark Gilchrist as planning board member for the town of Grafton, effective 2/12/2024 through 12/31/2028, at the rate of $781.25 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 22. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilwoman DeShane.
Councilman Bowdry?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Witkowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Dudley?
Yes. Resolution number 23 of 2024, appointing Michael Longo as planning board member for the town of Grafton, effective 2024 through 12/31/2028 at the rate of $781.25 as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 23. May I have a second? Second by Councilman Lukowski.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. Resolution 24, appointing Martha Goss as planning board member for the town of Grafton, effective 2/12/2024 through 12/31/2028, at the rate of $781.25 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 24. Sorry, no worries. Yep, so again, it's appointing Martha Goss as planning board member for the town of Grafton, effective 2/12/24 through 12/31/28 at the rate of $781.25 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 24.
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman DeShane.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. We're tabling the next resolution, so I haven't got it numbered, in which a planning board chairperson is appointed. We'll be doing that at our, affirming the planning board's decision at our March meeting. So we're on to Resolution 25 of 2024, appointing Linda Lavway as planning board secretary for the town of Grafton, effective 1/1/24, at the rate of $1,000 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 25. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by, I'll go with Steve on that one. Councilman Bowdre.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. Resolution number 26 of 2024, appointing Pat Ivory as Board of Assessment Review Member for the town of Grafton, effective 2/12/24 through 12/31/28, at the rate of $232.50 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 26. May I have a second? Seconded by Pierce White. Councilman White.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. Resolution 27 of 2024, appointing Jolene Crandall as the court clerk for the town of Grafton, effective 1/1/24 at the rate of $8,500 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 27. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilwoman DeShane.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman DeShane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. Resolution number 28 of 2024, appointing Thomas Witkowski as Building and Code Enforcement Officer for the town of Grafton, effective 1/1/24, at the rate of $16,480 annually, as per the 2024 budget. I'd like to make a
Oh,
motion.
no, that one you're gonna hold off because of the local law thing we're talking about. You're just gonna let Tom be a holdover until you guys deal with the local law issue.
Okay, so we're tabling resolution number 28. So then adjust the numbers sequentially moving forward?
You don't have to.
No?
I mean, it's up to you.
Okay. All right, resolution number 29 of 2024, establishing a petty cash fund of $500 for the Recreation Committee. I'd like to make a motion to pass resolution 29. Seconded by Councilman Floyd.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilwoman
Yes.
DeShane? Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Lukowski? Supervisor Wilt?
Yes. Okay, that gets us on to our regular meeting. All right, for supervisors' announcements, tonight I have the announcement that the supervisors' books are ready for review. They have been. This joins the tax collector's books, the town court's books, the town clerk's books. I believe that's it, 4 of us. So we need to set a date to have the books examined and certified.
I'm coming in Saturday.
Saturday morning? Saturday morning?
I
Yeah?
told them.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, so the books will be available for review this Saturday, which will be the 17th. What time?
You're here at 9? Is that what you said, Vicki?
9? So,
At 9, 9:15.
Perfect. Okay.
Let's get his work before he goes to work.
Before he goes on. Great, okay, great. Back in October, the town received a generous donation from Sean Gallivan of SM Gallivan in the amount of $200 to buy or to contribute to our trunk or treat that we had for the kids in the state park. The check was made out to me, made out to Ingrid Gundam. I cashed the check at Pioneer Bank, and I gave the cash to the chairman of the Recreation Committee. Got a receipt from her that we did that. She in turn got receipts for what she spent the money on. That was procedurally flawed, what I did. I should have cashed the check, deposited the cash into the town general fund account, and then had the Recreation Committee produce vouchers to draw down from that $200. So there is a paper trail of how that happened. It won't happen again. Had the check not been made out to me, I would have not even thought of that part of the process. But again, all the cash is accounted for, and I thank Sean Gallivan for the generous donation, and thank the Recreation Committee for a great event that day. Some of you may be aware that there were some issues. Stop it, Siri. There were some issues with the Rensselaer County chargebacks on this year's tax bills. Petersburg and Grafton's chargebacks from Rensselaer County quintupled. They went up 5 times. The stories or the scenario that they provided at the time was that many more children were going to public schools, Hudson Valley and other community colleges around the state. It turns out that that's not why that occurred. It turns out it was a clerical error at tax services in Rensselaer County, an innocent clerical error. And I'd like to commend Supervisor Hines Noting of Petersburg for his eagle eyes and his approach to accounting on it. He discovered this. He was able to look back through several years of the chargebacks and determined that there had in fact been a huge error. So I spoke with the Director of Tax Services today, Deb McGrath, and the way the county is going to approach it is they're going to issue refund checks to anyone affected, but it won't be until after March 31st when all the taxes should have been paid at that point. So everyone will be getting a check from the county to reimburse them for the portion of the chargebacks that was not accurate on their tax bills. Along parallel lines, anyone who has not paid their taxes will see that amount come off their delinquency. So everyone will be made whole by the county ultimately. So that's the story or the reality behind why those chargebacks were so much greater for Petersburg and Grafton. What else do I have? The workplace violence and sexual harassment training will be held this Wednesday for the highway crew. I apologize, I didn't let other members of the town that are required to take it know that we're having it Wednesday, but of course they're welcome to attend. This is actually the sexual harassment portion. We'll need to schedule the workplace violence portion at another date.
I have mine from the county.
Yes, thank you, Jody. Anytime,
Do yours.
it's 9 a.m. To answer Councilman Pesky's question, 9 a.m. here. And anyone who has a certificate for from their employment outside of the town is welcome to submit that certificate, and then we'll have it on file. I also, in the last few days, I've received some troubling letters from DEC, which we'll get into a little bit later, with regard to the condition of the dams in town that are state-owned. I actually have a letter that I wrote to the Director of Parks, Rec, and Historic Preservation about the conditions of the dam. They've been put on notice by DEC that the Martin Dunham in particular has got some serious structural issues that pose danger and potential hazard to the residents of town and the residents downstream as well. So we'll be getting into that a little bit under correspondence received. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 8th, 2024 organizational meeting and the January 8th, 2024 regular town board meeting. Everyone good with those? All right. I'd like to make a motion to accept them. All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that?
Who seconded? Who did the
Kirsten.
second? Kirsten.
Sorry, Vic. that for reports and remittances from department heads, the supervisor's reports, the financials are with the town clerk and will be posted with the minutes of this meeting. That's all I have. All right, town clerk.
Town clerk fees for the month brought in $207.78. Building permits brought in $2,800. Trash and recycle brought in $2,187.25. Bottle returns for the youth brought in $102.65. Total revenue for the month was $5,329.90 after paying DEC, New York State Department of Health, and the spay and neuter program. The check that went to the supervisor was $5,298.68.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the clerk's report. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Bowdre,
Yes.
Councilman Shane,
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilman Husky,
Yes.
Supervisor Miller.
Yes. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, for the highway superintendent's report tonight, we have the highway superintendent plus an added surprise.
So far, it's been a pretty mild month since the last meeting. All the trucks, the equipment are 100%. I know you're disappointed. Not for us, because we've been out hammering the roads, cutting brush, and trimming needed trees and maintenance and such. So as long as the weather's good, we'll keep cutting trees, because that beats sitting in the garage doing maintenance. We've got most of the maintenance done, ready for spring. And between doing it by hand, we got a couple of machines out there grinding brush. We're in pretty good shape. I just assume the snow stays away, so I'd rather work on the roads than plow them. But other than that, everything's pretty boring and good. I'll take it. We got a couple of representatives here from the county. That way they've been doing a study on some culverts and a few projects that are going to come up to be needed. So I'll let them, probably you, Meg, take over, whoever wants to.
Well, I'm Megan Myers from Rensselaer County Stormwater Conservation District. We've been working with the town for a little while now in combination partnership with Trout Limited. We have Tracy Brown here and Jeremiah, and I have Nate that works here for Soil and Water as well. Nate's been out in the field conducting culvert road stream crossing assessments and downloading all that data for Tracy and Jeremiah to work with to propose some designs for replacements and pick out priorities for the town. But Tracy was going to give a quick overview on the culvert assessments for the town.
Great, thanks. Is it okay if I
Sure.
give you a hand?
Absolutely.
So we started this project, now it's been over a year, but we are finishing it. And it's what we call the Road Stream Crossing Management Plan. And as Megan mentioned, we have assessed every crossing in your town and then worked with Jared to identify priorities. And our goal with the priorities, our funding was through Hudson River Estuary Program. And our goal was to find crossings that were both a replacement would have ecological value and also infrastructure value. So the idea being that as we identify the priorities, we can work with Jared on designs, and we'd be setting ourselves up for potential grants. So the process was survey, prioritization, working with Jared in the field, designs we're finishing up, and by the end of March, we'll have the report for you. Reports like this that we've done for other towns have gone into their comprehensive planning or through their zoning departments have also used it, because you actually will have information on every single one of your crossings. So that's the very quick gist. We have a very full schedule, so
Thank you.
yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. And does anybody else want? I have extra.
You should give one to the clerk too. Thank you.
Did you want one?
Megan, was anyone else going to?
No, that's about it. I mean, we can, in the packet, I think it lists the priorities and which ones we're working on proposed designs for, I believe.
It looks like 4 of them?
There 4. Yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah.
So it's Kloss Road, Cranberry Pond Road, J. Hakes Road, and Rourke Road are the roads involved. Great. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming out
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, thank you.
and for your work so far. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I don't have an assessor's report this evening. Okay. Buildings and code enforcement officer. 5 folks. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll just take care of the same.
Okay, buildings and code.
Yeah, these new permits out here today. The building is continuing to be busy. I will be taking a 3-hour course this Friday for continuing education. Working with Nate from Soil and Water. We're going to have another recycling, tire recycling at the school, I believe in May, so I'll get the dates. I think if you sign up, you can bring up to 25 tires, free of charge. So that gets a lot of tires out of the town. It was a great program. We sold the tractor trailer last month we had it, so we'll be posting that as we get more information on it.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Planning board chairman, we're just going to skip over tonight. Unless she's forwarded something. No. Okay. All right, the rescue squad, I see Captain Sullivan's here. Thanks, Tom.
The rescue squad had 24 dispatches for the month of January 2024. We had 23 acknowledgements, 21 were confirmed with full crews, 2 were first response only. One of the first responses was because our ambulance was already on another call. So it doesn't happen very often, but once every few months or so, we do get situations where there's multiple calls going on at the same time. I'll get a physical copy of the report for you guys later on. I apologize for not having that printed out for you. And it does show the weekly breakdowns as I've been doing. I have talked with a couple different people for the AED replacement, as I mentioned last month. And I talked to one woman who does state contract for AEDs, and she said if we are dealing directly with Zoll, she's not going to be able to beat their price on state contract. So I do have multiple calls in. I have heard back within the last 24 hours from the Zoll representative that I've been working with. I'm going to get together with the individuals who were asking before about doing demos. The Zoll rep would like to come up and do demos on a few different AEDs that could be beneficial to the different departments, including the library, the senior center, and anybody else that is looking to it. Once we have a date confirmed, if you see me tonight, I can get your information and I will let you know a date where they're going to be doing the demos and what time. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, dog control officer?
One call and 2 stray dogs in the house, only what they resolved with the dog.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, the recreation committee.
Okay, just to let everybody know that Donna Baldwin has resigned from the Recreation Committee. She's got way too many things going on. However, she did tell me that when we do have an activity going on, if she's available, she will continue to help us. Okay, I'd like to thank Donna for everything that she's done, very well organized. She puts her heart and soul in it, so we're really going to miss her. We do have somebody to fill the position. I'm going to ask for you to vote on her tonight, and it's Cindy Crusoe. She's been living in the town for about a year. She was interested in going, and the committee talked it over, and we decided that we would ask to have her on the committee with us. And Cindy's in the audience. She's in the back with red hair. I see that there was a resolution for the petty cash. We're going to use some of that for getting stuff on March 23rd, we're having the Easter egg hunt, and we gotta get candy and so forth with it. And if we have a youth director by then, whoever it is, will throw her right in with us. Okay? We also are gonna ask for permission to use the town greens park on the 23rd for the Easter egg hunt. Okay? And I'm also asking if the board would give us permission to get the Easter eggs that were used last year from Roxborough Holding. So if you could acknowledge that whenever you have to during the meeting, that'd be appreciated. Right now, we're working on the Easter egg hunt. We've also started working on the town picnic. Okay, Jane, again, of course, is gonna donate the gray wax. Talking with her, it's gonna be June 9th. And I believe it'll probably be 2 to 5 or 2 to whenever it ends that way there, because it's a Sunday again. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to get home from church and not have to rush right back out. We've also have decided that if it's okay with the board, we're going to have the River Road Boys again this year. Everybody really enjoyed that band last year. And that'll be at, they went up in price, it's $350, which I still don't think is bad for three people band, a 3-person band, so.
And that was for the picnic, right?
That's for the picnic, yep. We have talked about other ideas of what we want to do this year. We're seriously considering having a chili cook-off. We're also probably going to get involved in the summer festival. We haven't worked on that yet so far, but these are ideas that have come up at our meeting. So we'd like to thank Jody and Pierce for coming to our last meeting. We really appreciated you coming, so you are up to.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us. Meeting.
And I think that's all we have.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And that shouldn't be a problem to get the eggs, right?
You guys can work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it
Yep,
out.
I just wanted, she asked, I wanted to make sure.
Right?
If it is terrible weather, you're more than welcome to use the gym. You
Okay.
have a spot.
Thank you.
Weather permitting, if you don't need it, if you do need it, it's okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
And they just get returned back to the youth group. Yep. Then they're done.
Yep, however, I
Yeah,
think you guys should
perfect.
work it out. Work out perfect.
A lot of
Okay.
eggs.
A lot of eggs, yeah. Bins.
I was gonna say, and they're no good to us, what are we gonna do? We can't cook them.
Okay, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. The Grafton Community Library.
So the statistics for January, hardcover books, 647 checked out, 309 ebooks. Patron visits for January, 281 adults, 14, 45 children. And program attendance, 69 adults, 42 children, ages 6 to 11, and 22 children, ages 0 to 6, which is how the state wants it broken down. The 61 and up adults includes the Zumba, which was tonight. Thank Tom again for letting us use the gym. It's all ladies this 10-week session, and I want to say thank you. For the month of February, we put out flyers and put it on Facebook. We're doing donated and withdrawn books, free books and free DVDs. So please stop down in the basement, take a look, and take whatever you want. Because if you don't take them, they're going to end up going to a bulk warehouse in Schenectady. We're doing a Dr. Seuss program March 1st. It's his birthday, and we're going to do a program right at the library, games and snacks and activities. And we're also putting together a seed swap program using the old wooden card catalogs. So we're going to put seeds in envelopes and advertise them, and then hopefully in the fall get seeds back from people unless people have seeds that they want to donate to begin with, which we'll work with that too.
That's all fun.
Great, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The Merrymakers.
So Kathy's not back from vacation yet, so I'll speak for Kathy. The first Merrymaker meeting of this year will be on Wednesday, April 10th. And at that meeting, we're hoping to get more, and I'm not going to say seniors because they're not, but more people 50 and up to maybe talk about some other things that people 50 and up might like to do, you know, hiking, kayaking, some picnic types of things. And there is already one bus trip planned for the fall. So if anybody has another bus trip idea, come to that first meeting and talk to Kathy about it. And that's pretty much it.
Great, thank you. Senior Citizen Representative, Diane Payne.
Well, first I'll have the director's report, and then I'll give my senior group representative part. I'm the director. I have, it says February started well. We started with a 9:30 daily seated chair exercise, which is light exercise with relaxing meditation type music. Yoga continues Mondays and Wednesdays at 10. We have a small exercise room with a treadmill and a stationary bike that can be used daily as well. New program will begin on the 29th, cardio drumming. This will be held every Tuesday and Thursday. The equipment has been purchased for up to 15 participants. If it is something that becomes very popular, we will hold 2 sessions and have a sign up for each. Watch the Facebook page for more information. Another weekly activity, we hold the Strings and Things every Thursday at 10. Time will adjust once the new exercise program begins. Strings and Things is an opportunity to come and work on your own projects that you may have started at home or want to start something new. You can knit, paint, crochet, whatever you happen to be working on. There are a few sewing machines. The point is to come work on something with a company of others. And there will be a speaker coming in March during the Strings and Things to speak to us about Project Linus. It's a nonprofit group that gives handmade laugh blankets to children and adults in hospitals and hospice. Also, the monthly center offers haircuts, mani-pedis, appointments are needed. Cornell Cooperative Extension comes with eSmart program. Legal aid also as appointments are needed. Last week there was the Alzheimer's Association speaking about healthy living for the brain and body. 14 attended. This week we are having a little Mardi Gras minute to win games after lunch on the 13th. Thursday the 15th is the monthly birthday celebration, closed on the 19th. eSmart will be there on the 20th. There will be music on the 22nd and bingo at 12:30. Tuesday the 17th, speaker is the attorney at law who will be speaking about estate planning, including healthcare proxy and power of attorney and wills. And don't forget, this is leap year, and we're starting the cardio drumming. Especially, I invite any and all seniors ages 60 and older to come see us at the center. There's always something for anybody. Stop and pick up the menu, activities, schedule. I want to thank Linda Lavway for getting our menu posted, not only here, but in Petersburg as well. Submitted by Lisa Overrocker. And my little blurb here, the monthly meeting for February is tomorrow at 10. The group donated food to the Berlin Food Closet, and a voucher was submitted to the town for a Roku stick, drumming supplies, and a cart to hold the sewing machines. They're kind of heavy to carry around the building. An attorney will speak about estate planning, as was already mentioned. The senior center is for 60 and above, but all are encouraged to attend. You do not have to be senior to need to understand what is involved here. As a representative, I would like to invite anyone interested in attending the 27th to please call the center so there is an idea how many people are expected. Sometimes it's too late by the time you look into these things. Some of us tried the cardio drumming just to see what it was all about. Check it out on YouTube. It's become very popular with all age groups. It's not just, don't mistake it as an old people thing. No, there's quite some rock and roll beat in some of it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's great to hear all the things they're doing down there.
Sure is.
Keep it going.
Yeah, you can go in there and beat those drumsticks to whatever squeaks.
Yes. We have a youth director that we're talking to, someone that we've selected. We will be interviewing her sometime within the next week or two. And we've discussed some of the things that we will be focused on, which will be obviously a summer camp and some other activities. Obviously, we need to talk about budgets and some of the things this person has in mind. So we will be doing that, and by the March meeting, we should have that person appointed. And that will be something that will be working with the Recreation Committee and a number of other areas. So right now, we do have someone that
Awesome.
really wants to go to work.
Great. All right, thanks for pitching in there, Pierce. All right, under communications received, we had a letter of interest to provide copier services. We're going to be moving on that a little later in the meeting during the resolution portion. We do have, as I mentioned, as I mentioned before, we have 4 letters from DEC concerning the status of dams located on state-owned property within the park. I've asked the town clerk to please post my letter to Elaine Balchinian. She's the Regional Director of Parks, Rec, and Historic Preservation, AKA the State Park, as well as the letter about the dam. Basically, I'm just putting Parks and Rec on notice that we're watching and we want to know and be included on any plans for remedial action. They're being compelled by DEC to respond within 30 days. So I'm asking them to make sure that we're part of that and letting us know what they're going to do to mitigate the hazard. I've also CC'd our assemblymen, our senators, our county representatives, just to keep Grafton out front.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, by the way. And
It's definitely, when people see the reports on the website, they're troubling, but I trust they're going to do the right thing for all the dams and for all of our safety. Okay, the letter of resignation from the Recreation Committee, which Nancy referenced. Donna Baldwin did tender her resignation effective January 31st. I'd like to express my gratitude to the other members of the committee, the town board, for their support of the Recreation Committee and the events that we've hosted for our community. And I'm confident that the committee will continue to engage our families, friends, and neighbors with some awesome events in 2024. And I look forward to seeing you there. All petty cash in possession of the committee was reconciled and returned to the town clerk on 1/29/24 for year-end 2023. So again, that's from Donna Baldwin, and we do thank her for her service. Every 5 years, I believe it is, Rensselaer County does a hazard mitigation plan. It's quite detailed. They consider every sort of hazard that could befall the county, and they request participation from the towns to be involved on this. And that involvement requires attendance at meetings. Sometimes they're virtual meetings. More often, since COVID, they've been meeting in person. There's some paperwork involved. There's some reporting requirements involved. My office did this in 2017 for the 2018 plan. And I'd like to ask if any board members would be interested in being the lead person on this. Again, it requires daytime meetings, some pretty heavy-duty paperwork, spreadsheets, stuff like that. So if anyone has any interest in spearheading that, and if not, I can keep it within my office and just keep you posted. Okay.
I'm not gonna attend some of the meetings if you're not available.
Okay.
I do usually attend them anyway.
I gotcha, yeah, gotcha. Okay, all right, so just let everyone know that that's underway. And thank you, Tom, for offering this in. Okay, under communications received, we also, should we get into the letter that we received from the AOT regarding?
It's totally up to you.
Um, An opinion was requested from the Association of Towns regarding the appointment of the Buildings and Code Inspector, while the Buildings and Code Inspector is also an elected official. We have received an opinion from the AOT. They've got some marching orders with it as far as what we can do to make it acceptable for Grafton. And we'll be moving forward with that in subsequent meetings. Okay, we scheduled a meeting to review the books. That's this Saturday at 9 a.m. Okay. All right. Any other communications received? Okay, under new business, the copier lease. We have that underway for a little later in the meeting. The senior center contract is being negotiated right now or put together, right? I think we've.
Haven't heard back.
Okay.
A little concerned about that,
Really?
but, yeah, I reached out a number of times.
Okay,
And so, that's all I can tell you.
okay. We'll keep that on the forefront.
If you have somebody that you can talk to, I've just talked to the county attorney.
Okay.
And he says, yeah, I'm gonna work on it, but I've called him over the last couple of weeks, got nothing. So, please put a call in.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay, Councilman Hoyt has indicated that he'd contact the county attorney. Okay, we do have an ethics board vacancy, 1C. When the board discussed it, we remembered that Mr. Smith and Mr. Oliver met together to fill the last vacancy, and that was filled with, at their recommendation, we filled it with Mr. Raymond. So now Mr. Oliver has resigned, so we just have Mr. Raymond and Mr. Smith. So the board has remembered that we requested the ethics board to make their recommendation for the appointment, so we're going to do that, or have done that, to have them recommend how we're going to fill that vacancy. We did have one person put in a letter for that, but we just thought we'd go in the same format we'd gone with the previous vacancy. Okay, Capital Region IT. I'm going to ask the town clerk to speak on this.
I had a hold of Capital Region IT, Bespoke Computers, and AIT. Bespoke Computers basically builds computers. He's not really into what we need for IT support. He's into building systems, setting up new computers, things like that. Capital Region IT, he's out of Waterville Wheat. They charge $100 an hour, and they charge travel time. He had suggestions, very good suggestions of where we could start and things that we could start working on to streamline our computers, our emails, making sure our emails are getting, computers and emails are being backed up. He said that with our website that we could do uniform across the board emails, and we could have as many emails as we needed, and we could get away from Spectrum's emails. Again, his charge was $100 an hour, and they charge for travel. I talked to AIT out of Troy, right on Music Street. They currently are the IT support for Brunswick, Pitchtown, and Scottsdale. They basically had almost word for word the same suggestions on where we should start with our computer systems and getting ourselves streamlined so that we're all just operating smoothly and not getting email issues and things like that. His hourly rate is $89 an hour. So that's the three companies I have reached out to. With AIT, I'm a little more comfortable with them only because they're already dealing with municipalities. So I'm thinking they have their feet kind of wet, for lack of a better term, on what they legally need to do and what to cover us. but that's up to you guys.
So we don't have an idea of the aggregate cost, what it's gonna be as far as, procurement policy?
As far as the
Like how much
solid,
it-
like the software or something,
Yeah.
I'm not positive, I'm not thinking it's gonna anywhere touch where we have to send it out for any official public bid or whatever it is.
Right? So can we do it with a motion to engage the services of
Yeah,
AIT
Yeah.
when it comes?
at $89 an hour plus travel expenses.
He didn't say anything about travel expenses. It was the other guy.
So he's just at $89 an hour.
Any questions for Vicki on that, you guys?
You're comfortable and happy with that?
Then our email address would say Grafton, right, at Grafton.
It would be graftonneyork.org, just like our website.
Just like our website, perfect. All right, any other new business? All right, under old business, the mold issue in the courtroom, is that completely put to bed? Is it patched?
Todd and I looked at it. You wanna-
Jared went up, we took the tea out of it, and the guys put an elbow in there, so the water's not collecting the tea. Occasionally it froze and split it, so we have no leaks, no water in the bucket, nothing in the roof, so I think we're good. Vicki and I looked at the room, it's dried up completely. We probably need a little mud in it before we paint it, fill the hole in, which is minor, maybe half an inch by half an inch. Clean with Clorox, repaint it, I think we're done. So we got paint left over from the painting here, so
We
we
do?
can use that. Take care of it.
Thank you. All right. The post office entrance repairs, I've had a call in to Joe Talisko, the county engineer, that I have not received a call back. A suggestion was made that maybe we could enlist the services privately of another engineer to go look at the steps to get, uniform specs for everybody to bid on for the fix. The name Wayne Bonestill came up. He's familiar with doing business with the, if the board would like, I'll reach out to Wayne, see if we can come up with specs.
Oh, Wayne's good, man.
Okay.
Would you be able to ask him about the vault? Ventilation also?
Sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, the PE, so.
Because I'm running
should
into
be
the
able
same
to-
thing where people are, we want to be bidding on apples and apples.
Right. He does a lot of municipal work and whatnot building, so I'm sure he can do ventilation.
Right? Okay, all right, I will reach out to Wayne Bonestill tomorrow then. And may I use you as a contact person to have them work with you? Okay. Okay. There was something else on there. Oh, with the thought, Vicki and I just had a conversation, perhaps we could get signs in the interim for the post office? Caution stairs or put cones up or something, or just limit access so people have to use the ramp.
Oh, until.
The ramp, until we get,
Gotcha,
the
yeah,
ramp is safe.
Mhm.
Okay. Jared, could you get us some signs?
Sure.
But there's more than that right in front of the door.
There's
Two
only
steps
two.
on that deck.
I know it, it's,
So whether they come up the ramp or the stairs, it doesn't matter.
Still
right,
gonna be using it, stepping on the soft spot.
Yeah.
right.
I'll look under it tomorrow, if we can just put a support underneath it for now.
Right, or
the
I was
entrance, keep
thinking,
it so that.
Yeah, a little piece of plywood over top of it or anything.
Yeah,
like-
put a piece of plywood over it.
Okay.
Then we go nail a piece of plywood over it.
It'll be a trick session.
Oh, boy.
We got the sign.
Okay, so Tom and Jared, you guys will patch us over in the interim before we get Wayne out here? Yes, okay. All right, any other old business? All right, we're at the public comment, privilege of the floor. Public comment is limited to 5 minutes per person. Be mindful that it's a privilege. All comments and statements shall be directed to the board. Please refrain from any personal attacks, name calling, or derogatory public comments toward individuals. And tonight, I'm going to strictly enforce when someone is talking, no interruptions by another person. If the board wishes to engage with that person, that's fine, but please do not interrupt, reiterate, add to points, let the person have their time. We're also going to observe a no reservation of time. If you can please state your case in 5 minutes, or whatever you'd like to say to the board in 5 minutes, and we'll go from there. We'll see how this goes, all right?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, who'd like to start? Say yes, Kathleen.
Resolution number 25, appointing planning board secretary for the town of Grafton. I was just wondering why the planning board has to have like their own secretary, because like Vicky as clerk or deputy clerk is taking the minutes here. Why can't they, the town clerk or the clerk or deputy clerk, take the minutes of the town board meeting also, and that would be like $1,000 you could save and put back in your budget. Like, I didn't know why there had to be specific position for that, the secretary for that. I mean, you're looking for ways sometimes to save money in the budget. That would be, you know, put $1,000 back in.
My short answer to that would be we've always had one. I know that's not always the best thing to say, but we've always had an appointed planning board secretary. So maybe it's something we could think outside the box about next
Well,
year.
things change too, so, I mean, you know, change is good, especially when you're talking about saving money.
Thank you. Great. Anyone else from the floor tonight? Ann Calabro.
I have, okay. One thing I had to say was about the timing of the public comment. If the board is going to respond, the clock should stop. I don't think that you should ever have your comment being cut off saying time's up. I think that that's wrong. So I just wanted to put that out to the beginning. I was wondering, I'm on Babcock Lake Road a lot, and there's something going on with White Lily. They've got a gate up now, and they had it closed, and it's tied shut. And there was no notice about why it's there. I didn't know if anyone had any insight to that. They do have they have a sign up now saying there's White Lily Pond, and they have things, don't go on the ice, and no swimming, whatever, it's not safe. But people go there for other reasons besides going to the lake, you know, for hiking or whatever, snowshoeing. It just seemed really weird that gate was up.
Did you ask the state park?
At White Lily
that's
Pond.
part of the state park.
Yeah, so I didn't know if someone had any information about that. The other thing on Babcock Lake Road, and I hate to cause any problem for my neighbors, but that barn on the corner is falling down, and it's almost over the road right now.
Let me address that. Supervisor Governor received a call from the owner. He turned that into his insurance company. The insurance company sent a check to his mortgage company. They condemned the barn. So the money's tied up right now. They want him to rebuild it. I sent them a letter stating that it's in the county right away. It's a hazard to not only the school buses, public safety, plowing in the county. So he's just in the process of waiting until everything is settled, and then he's going to take it down. He had a dumpster there all set to do it, and his hands were tied with the mortgage company, so they had the money. So I apologize for that. We'd like to get it down. I'd just like to get it done, take care of it.
That's the kind of thing you put a rope on it,
Well,
just pull it in.
Got a clothesline rope on it now.
I saw that.
Just to hold it up.
So, but it is being addressed, and if he doesn't in a timely manner, then I will condemn it, and the town will take it down before he gets his taxes. I just want it down so that corner is gone.
Right, because it's
not
been
being rebuilt.
dangerous,
I
yeah.
will not issue a building permit, he's well aware of it, he had no intention of rebuilding. The rest of the barn is structurally sound, that was just a little addition to snow collapse.
And then the last thing I had was I want to reiterate the need for a microphone and speaker. There's a lot of people, I would say a lot of people, there are people who cannot hear well. If you're hard of hearing, and people have low voices, it does them a disservice. They can't participate because they can't understand what's being said. And it's not just here, and it's for the people here too, so that you guys can hear us. And it would also work for the planning board meetings. Because I went to the last one, and Ms. Goss, who was running the meeting, is a very quiet voice. She did really well, but you couldn't hear her. And then people in the audience were having very low voices, and you couldn't hear them either. So it would be a multiple use purchase, and I think that it would be a good thing to help as far as, you know, the Americans with Disabilities Act. You don't want to get them on your case.
Okay, is that it, Nan?
That's it.
Thank you. Right, anyone else tonight from the floor? Yes, Nancy Powers.
I'd like to reiterate too the fact that I've had some seniors tell me that they can't hear anybody, that everybody on the board has a very soft voice, and picking it up on this or on and, even if they turn the volume up, they can't hear you. And I know Brunswick has microphones and, I don't know about Petersburg, no. And they have a place that they have it where even when the public talks, you stand up at the pulpit or whatever the heck it's called, and you talk there into the microphone so everybody can hear you, everything is clear, and then have a microphone in each of the, and it's at that point we've got a lot of seniors in town, and we've got some of us that are seniors, but young seniors, and we have problem hearing sometimes. So I really wish that we would look into that and do the service for the people. And that was also something that came up when we were out campaigning also. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else tonight from the floor? All right. Okay, thank you. All right, so moving on to the resolutions for tonight. Okay. I put forth resolution number 30. It's entitled Supervisor Secretary. Whereas Supervisor Gundrum has requested that the town board approve the reinstatement of the supervisor secretary position to the 2024 budget, and whereas Supervisor Gundrum has conveyed to the town board that in order to maximize the timeliness of handling communications, completing clerical tasks, and the general efficiency of the workflow through the supervisor's office, there exists a need for the supervisor to have dedicated support staff to assist day-to-day operations. And whereas while the town board is committed to providing regular staffed office hours to the citizens of Grafton and those who wish to do business with Grafton at the town hall daily, presently there are no staffed town office hours during regular business hours on Mondays. And whereas Supervisor Gundrum has requested the town board reinstate the supervisor secretary position at 10 hours per week, with 6 scheduled hours to be Mondays when the town hall is presently not open to the public during regular business hours, and the remaining 4 hours to be scheduled by the supervisor during the week when the town hall is not otherwise open, effectively adding 10 more hours per week to scheduled hours when the town hall is open. And whereas pursuant to New York State law, the town of Grafton is designated as a town of the second class, and in towns of the second class, the town board may by resolution authorize the supervisor of the town to designate a bookkeeper or confidential secretary or both. A person is so designated by the supervisor and shall receive a reasonable compensation for their services to be fixed by the town board, and such compensation shall be a town charge. Now therefore be it resolved to increase A599 appropriated fund balance by $10,765, and to increase A1430.1 supervisor secretary by $10,000 and A9030.8 employee benefits social security by $765 to staff the position of supervisor secretary. I'd like to make a motion to pass resolution 30 of 2024. May I have a second? That's what happens with no second, Phil.
Nothing.
Just goes on. Thank you. Resolution 31 of 2024, authorizing the town supervisor to enter a contract with Northco for a copier lease. Whereas the town offices of the town of Grafton require the use of a multifunctional copy machine that will meet the demands of the day-to-day business operations of the town. And whereas the town clerk has researched copy machine models that meet the requirements for the town offices to function at their most efficient. And whereas the town clerk has found that the new Epson Workforce Enterprises AM series model as available through Northco meets town needs and is available under state, local government, and education pricing. And whereas the town board of the town of Grafton has reviewed the terms of leasing the new Epson Workforce Enterprises AM series model from Northco at $110 per month for 63 months. Now therefore be it resolved that Resolution 31 of 2024, the town board of the town of Grafton hereby authorizes the town supervisor to enter into a contract with Northco for the lease of the new Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series copier. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 31. May I have a second?
Second.
Councilman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman Lucy?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Woodfuski?
Yes.
And Supervisor Leonard?
Yes. Okay, resolution number 32 of 2024, affirming the appointment and payment of a deputy tax collector. Whereas the town board of the town of Grafton recognizes that serious accounting errors were made by the Berlin Central School District in the processing of September 2023 school tax bills that resulted in hardship and confusion for Grafton taxpayers, and further resulted in onerous increases in the research and bookkeeping required for tax collector Allison Kirchner to certify accurate property tax payments for the taxpayers of Grafton. And whereas pursuant to Chapter 62, Section 35 of the laws of New York State, which states that the collector of taxes may appoint a deputy, and such appointment shall be made by an instrument in writing which shall become effective upon the filing thereof in the office of the town clerk. And whereas tax collector Allison Kirchner has appointed former tax collector Amanda Mason as deputy tax collector by filing an instrument in writing to the town clerk effective January 1st, 2024. And whereas tax collector Allison Kirchner has requested that payment for the deputy tax collector be made from 2024 budget line item A1330.4, tax collection contractual expense, at the rate of $25 per hour. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Grafton hereby affirms the tax collector's appointment of a deputy tax collector and payment for same as described herein. I'd like to make a resolution in support of tax collector Allison Kirchner for resolution number 32. May I have a second?
I think the problem with this one, you gotta read the law. You can pay her as an independent contractor, but a deputy tax collector is like a deputy supervisor. Technically, they can only act when the main person isn't available, and I don't think that's what you want to do here. You want to pay this person for all the extra work they did, right?
Yes.
So you want to pay her as an independent contractor, not as... Yeah.
I didn't, the tax collector, this was, all right, so we're tabling this?
I mean, I think it's definitely.
Did anyone
necessary.
discuss this directly with Allison? I mean, Allison, like,
I just read
been in the
this
works
today.
all month.
Her yesterday and
I
talked
did
to
talk to
her.
Allison
Yeah.
about it, and.
I didn't, I didn't understand. I didn't get the thing and I read it and I wanted to understand what it was all about. I didn't realize Amanda was working for her since January till now. This is like for back payment.
You're going to want to do a resolution that says paying her as an independent contractor for X amount of hours that she's put in already, right? You're not...
I don't even know that.
I did, when this first started, the whole debacle with the taxes and the levy charge, I told Allison and Amanda, Allison was fine on her own doing the taxes, but this is a disaster. Contacting the banks, and it was a lot of extra work. So I told them, I said, keep track of all your hours.
Do you know what they are?
Not offhand, but I think they'll, the county's got a lot of work too also. I don't know if there's gonna be a charge back to the school district at some point, or whatever, and I don't wanna deny Amanda for helping her, but I think, like Phil, I think we should table it right now.
I feel like there's not enough information.
I don't have any issue with it, it's just I want it done right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tomorrow night, the county legislature has 6 resolutions on about the problem for each of the municipalities that were affected. But I think we want to pay this person, but as an independent contractor.
And $25 an hour is, like, nobody makes that in town of Grafton. It's like high.
I didn't set it, I'm just,
Yeah,
I know, I
yeah.
mean,
That was
yeah,
decided that,
but,
you
yeah.
know,
It's high.
she's well qualified, and
Right,
there's
no,
a
I'm
lot
not
of work
saying any of
involved in
that.
this, you know, I thank her.
14 hours, like,
So there was no second, so that just means next month you guys could come back with a new resolution that does what you really want it to do.
Right.
Okay, we had a resolution about Pelican Water that we're not considering this evening, so that's put off as well. All right, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills as audited, vouchers.
Oh, wait a minute, did you want to do the stuff that you talked about earlier?
Oh, we
like,
need a motion, yeah, a
March
motion to do
23rd?
business with AIT.
Well, AIT is one, and then the Recreation Committee, I think, had something, right?
Yeah, for the $500 petty cash.
To use for Easter stuff.
Yeah.
We just approved your resolution, we did
Like,
it.
Oh, you're,
Did
the
under-
use of the park.
oh, the use of the park, did
On
you
March
do that one yet?
23rd.
March 23rd?
Yeah,
For the East, is it Easter egg hunt?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it rains, then council, we could use the school. We really would like to have it in the park if it's nice out.
And even if there's snow.
Well, we figure if it's snow, we'll just get all white eggs.
Right.
So then I make that motion.
The only thing I would require is we always did when years past is nomination.
I'll make a motion that the Recreation Committee uses the park, the greens on March 23rd. What
I'll
time did you say?
second.
What time were you saying?
11 o'clock, I thought.
11?
Eleven.
11?
We really didn't
What's it?
set it.
Oh, you didn't set it,
Yeah,
Tom?
11
You-
maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Do you need to set the time right now? 'Cause-
No,
Okay.
no, you don't.
Then I would leave it off,
Yeah.
just say March 23rd.
Right, March 23rd. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Steve.
The eggs in the snow.
Councilman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman DeShane,
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilman Klasky,
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard.
Yes.
Then you wanted to hire AIT at the charge of $89 an hour, right?
We also asked for approval for the June 9th date. I don't know if we have to approve that now, and the fact that, and I want to schedule to make sure we can get the band that day, so,
For the picnic.
for the picnic. We're trying to be proactive.
And you already got permission from Jane.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Jane's, she's still gonna donate stuff that she normally donates and all that stuff. This is just trying to get ahead of the game, so we know that we can move forward and do what we have to do.
You think it's
Someone want to
too
make a motion to
early?
do it? No, I mean, we want a second guess on
With
that.
that, you gotta get booked in because they get booked up quickly.
So this is the June 9th town picnic
Right,
at Graywacky Meadow.
yep, Graywack Meadows.
So, motion
I'll second.
wait, let's just, a motion that the town picnic will be held June 9th at Graywacky Meadows. And the band is,
The River Road Boys at $350.
No, that's on a Sunday.
That's on a Sunday.
Normally it's a Saturday.
No, it's been
No,
Sunday.
it's
The first year we had, or the first couple of years it was on Saturdays, but then we had to change it to Sunday because of the weddings on Saturdays.
so that would be the motion. Second?
I'll second.
Did you get all that?
I think I did.
All right.
Councilman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman DeShane.
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilman Klasky,
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard.
Yes. And the last motion we need is for AIT?
No.
No?
Well, you vote still, you mentioned. You want to retain
Wow.
them as normal and customary rates?
All right, I'd like to make a motion that the town of Grafton attempts to engage the services of Wayne Bone Steel for engineering work as needed.
As needed at his normal and customary rates.
as needed at his normal and customary rate. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Floyd.
Councilman Baldry?
Yes.
Councilman Shane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Kupchak?
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard?
Yes.
AIT.
I'd like to make a motion that the town engages the services of AIT Computers through working with the town clerk to upgrade our IT systems. May I have a second?
I'll second.
And they did give you a rate, 89 an hour.
Councilman Baldry?
Yes.
Councilman Shane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Kupchak?
Yes.
Supervisor Leonard?
Yes. Okay, cleared up with the motions? Up to speed? All right, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills as audited, vouchers number 20 through 72, for a total of $41,740.50. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Bowdre.
Councilman Baldry?
Yes.
Councilman Shane?
Yes.
Councilman Hoyt?
Yes.
Councilman Kupchak?
Yes.
And Supervisor Leonard?
Yes. All right, the next meeting will be February 26th. Is that what we're doing?
No, March 11th, 2024.
Okay. And that resolution was, we did that tonight. So, all right, the next meeting will be the third meeting on March 11th, 2024. Does anyone have anything under legislative privilege? I just have a little thing to add under legislative privilege. Today I was in receipt from tax collector Kirchner of $848,033 for the town land taxes for 2024. And from that, we will be able to pay the fire district for their pass-through funds that come through our budget. So Treasurer Higgins is expecting that check from me probably tonight on my way home. So I'd just like to thank the fire company for all they do and let everyone know that the tax revenue's been received and the fire company will be made whole. All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn in loving memory of Lorraine Casey, Michael Heil, and Keith Keenan. May I have a second? Second by Councilman McCuskey.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did you cover it?